Yeah. That I can follow. You do what you did. You nearly betrayed me. That thing that killed me. Let go. You turned against me. You've done that yourself. Away from me. Power already done that. Oh, I know. Right, text from Anna. I thought it was mad at me. She thought I was mad. Jedi. This is the girl I like this. Don't be sweet a myth. To my new empire, your new empire. Kill you, Anakin. My allegiance is to the Republic, to democracy. If you're not with me, then you're my enemy. The Sith is an absolute. I'll do what I must. You will try, I will fail you, Anakin. And you failed, yeah. I know the Jedi got plenty to take over, and I can't chance the Lord Palpatine is evil. Not a point of view, the Jedi are evil. And when you are lost, this is the end of you, my master. Over Anakin. I try to fall. You were the chosen one. I will the devil destroy the joy. Don't blink, yes you blink. Welcome to a controversial. Continuing on to having a fantastic 17th April 2025. As you can see, we're not doing really well. There's a good reason for that. We haven't posted yesterday nor today. So like I suggest you guys know, we have a situation where I'm going to recap it because I don't think people are going to understand what I'm talking about. So about a year ago, right? I'm going to do a very small recap because you guys heard this already. About a year ago, the company that I was working for closed. My boss, the owner, took his retirement, and because he took his retirement, the company closed, right? Now, we were offered a job in Naval, but it wasn't the same job. It was offer a new job, a renewal of job. And so basically what happened is we didn't take it. I didn't take it because it was far. It was really far, and it was mid lease, rental lease agreement. See, I think it in French because we talked in French this morning. So now I didn't take it, and it was too far. Like, am I willing to give up my life to give the rest up to my life? Sorry. The girl I like, she's texting me, so it's been a blessing. It's been really a blessing. So yeah, I go in, and they're telling me, hey, I received a bill yesterday, and the bill is 13,000. And they said you have to pay it, right? So, of course, I freak out, which is normal, I believe. And then they're telling me that, hey, I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to find power. The one that lives that you will destroy. I'm gonna restart this because I feel like I'm a mess. Okay, let's finish this. Whatever. So I'm sorry, guys. It just, in that situation is even worse. So I'm really worried. Right? I'm really stressed. Um, so then, what ended up happening was they were saying that because I didn't take the job in Laval, I voluntarily quit, and now the money that I've made with unemployment, which again I was allowed to because I worked for 8 years. They give you money they give you a certain amount of weeks, which is 45 weeks, to find a job, right? I used this to film some content because I was like, you know what? No matter what, I'm gonna be enjoying a small vacation because again I've been working there for 8 years. I wanted to do some content. It's my dream, right? So so they're telling me that I owe $13,000, $202, $13,202. Yeah, and then they're like, okay, well, so I'm freaking out. Thankfully, I kept in touch with some of the boys from work, and we were 10 out of 14. We were 10 hit with this paper. I'm the number 10. So everybody that didn't work got hit with the paper that, hey, yeah, so you owe money, right? Some of us is 12,000, some of us is 13,000, some of us is 6,000, depending on how much we take, right? So then they tell me, hey, you have to reimburse that, right? They said that my reason for not taking the job was not valid, right? We're trying at 7. By the way, we're trying at 7. Okay. Starting at 7 o'clock. I have to leave the house at 5:30. So a place I don't even know. I have to pay for 2 bus ride, right? And if they asked me to move, there was no guarantee for the work. There was no guarantee for the job, So I called the guys, and we have bills. And now, ultimately speaking, and again, maybe I'm sharing too much information. Honestly, I don't give a fuck. I do not give a single fuck. The guy, they want to take it legally. They want to do a court action lawsuit. Now I'm trying to be nice. I'm trying to be kind, but we're such a mess because most of these guys, they don't speak French nor English. It's either Romanian or Russian, So now it's gonna be, hey, this guy said that. I have to translate, but is that really what he said? Is that really what I'm trying to say? That he's really translating well? And it's gonna be a mess because it's 10 people, 10 different people that are. It's 10 different people that have to pay the bill. 10 different people that we have to help, Now I'm lucky, and again, I'm gonna sound so selfish and so narcissistic, but that's not the point. I'm lucky because I've had experience with unemployment. I've had experience with that, so I kind of know how it works. But that's not the case for everybody. So I understand the system a little bit, enough to navigate through it, but not enough to explain it. You understand? So yeah. So then well, they get to the court of law. Now my father, of course, I called my mom, I called my dad because it was important for me that they need to know what's up. It was important to me that they understand that this was something that was going on. And my father, I went to my father this morning to solve this, and he was calling, and it was so disappointing because I love my dad, and I know deep down he's trying to do well. I know he's trying to do well, but he's given up. He's given up space. Like, let's pay the bill. Let's pay the bill. Let's pay the bill. And I'm like, because 3 weeks ago, I received a call, right, and they were saying that, and Shao, my best friend, was like, hey, dude, did you get a call from CRA, which is Canadian Revenue Agency? And I was like, no. But the reality is I received a call, I just didn't answer because I thought it was a scam. But they were serious, right? Then when I got a call, they were saying, one of my parents were saying, don't worry, you quit. You left, you didn't quit. And then, now that we have a bill to pay, now there's pressure from the government. He's given up, and I understand that if I have to pay, I'm going to pay. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know. It's 50,000 that I don't have. I do have some money in the bank. I'm at 4. There's still 9 more. So I got 100% of 300% of what we need. And yeah, it's bad. It's bad. My father was giving up, right? And was like, hey, you have to pay. My mom, she was a bit more understanding. She said, hey, let's pay now. And then when you have to if you want to contest it, at least you could pay. They'll reimburse you if you're. Let me say it in English. If you win your case, if you have a game code, which is win your case, I guess they'll reimburse me. And I was talking with Anna, a girl I really like, and she was saying, "Hey, or are you worried? Why did you plan before?" And she's the only person I kind of told. Sorry, her and Parky. But Parky he's younger, so he doesn't understand, you know. And it's hey, you need to pay that. I received the bill yesterday at 5:00. So of course there's way to pay. There's way to pay. Long term, they'll take money out of my pay every single time, right? Which I understand. If I owe, I owe. The problem is I don't owe, right? Now what really happened is when we were quitting, they had a reunion for us, right? It was important, right? And they were saying like, hey, you need to have are you willing to work with us? And I said no. Now this can be seen as a refusal to work, right? But now, the biggest problem that I have is I like to consider myself smart. I like to consider myself clever, witty, but I don't know shit about justice system. I don't know shit about that. So they use a lot of legal terms. For example, instead of using the term a new job. Now technically, how do I remember this? I don't. I filmed it. I didn't film it, but I was filming. Because again, to me it was important. It was the succession of work. It was talking to the bosses of my boss, you know, so it was important to me. I was filming a lot because it was emotional, you know, you work at a place for 8 years and then it stops. And I was watching it today, and using a lot of legal terms, i.e. Transfer instead of new job. Transfer is important. They said, can you do it by bus? I was like, no. That's also a refusal to work. Because I can do it by bus, I just can't do it at 7 o'clock. Right? I just can't do it at 7 o'clock, so I would have to work from 8. I would have to work from 8 to 4, which is 7 hours, because you do have your break and you have your lunchtime, right? We're working for 7 hours, but I have 6 hours of back and forth to do. You know? Now what they're not saying is it's a different system. So we use the buses, the city bus, which is STM, Montreal Transport Society, and now we have a Laval. And this is Laval Transport Security or something like that. Yeah. No, it's Montreal Transport Society, and then it's Laval Transport Society. So I'd have to pay $200 per month just by bus. But legally speaking, they would have the upper hand, right? Now, I did call this morning, and we're talking about the company, how it closed, and it wasn't transferred, closed, and the government didn't know that. But the reality is, I talked to a secretary, and again, all my friends were secretary, my mom is a secretary, but it's different, it's not the same thing, it's not. You don't know the whole documentation, right? You're a secretary. So, I don't know. I have to, And also this morning, I recorded everything. So the very first call, amazing. The girl was really, really, really helpful, really helpful. Then she transferred me to someone, and sadly, this person was a bit less professional. I felt like I was sleeping, you know. So I don't have a an inkling of what's gonna happen. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So today we have some news. I'm actually feeling better today. Feeling better today. It was overwhelming today because we had the meeting with the boys from work. Once again, the boys who have to pay, you know. It was overwhelming because this guy had an ID. You know, this guy have an ID and this guy doesn't have an ID. This guy doesn't understand. This guy we have to translate. Now, stop. I didn't understand that. So it took us 3 hours. And I can honestly say there's no conclusion, you know. It's overwhelming. Now, I'm feeling a bit better because like I talked to people. I talked to Anna. I talked to Parky. I talked to my mom, to my dad. You know, it feels really good. But I'm faced with a situation, you know, and the situation is guilt because, you know, I can possibly get away from that because I don't drive. The guys can't, you know, the guys can't. Some of these guys can't. So I could save my own ass, but at what price? And I know you're gonna say, "Oh, dude, they wouldn't care about you if they could save their own ass. They would." Maybe, but I'm not that kind of guy, you know. So it's tough. It's really tough. It's not pleasant. You're an asshole because you didn't do something that you wanted to do, and you're also an asshole because, well, at the very end of the day, you were giving an opportunity to help yourself and you didn't, right? So damn if you do and then if you don't. I'm an asshole because I didn't help. I'm an asshole because I got fucked over because I wanted to help and I couldn't, and I put myself in trouble, you know. And then yesterday on the phone, I was my father, my mom. My mom, she became very stressed and she was repeating herself, "Calm down, Steph. Calm down, calm down." But the reality is, and I love my mom. It's not her fault that she was saying this because she was stressed herself, you know. So you know what? How you talk to yourself sometimes? Calm down, calm down, calm down. And then you know, it was tough because this morning my father wants to give up, and it sucks because I love my father. I love him to death, you know. But you gave up. You gave up. You don't have an ounce of fight in you, you know. Oh, we need to pay. Bro, you didn't even contest it. You understand? I don't know what to do. This morning at my mom, last night, it really felt like I was in charge. It really felt like I was trying to calm them down. I was trying to I had more leadership. Again, it's not the plan. I wanted to understand. And then my father asked a question, "Hey, what did you try to do by calling your mom and myself?" I was trying to beg, you know. First of all, even if they lend me the money, I still have to pay them back, first of all. Second of all, I'm freaking out. I'm gonna call my mom, she's gonna give me her version. I'm gonna call my dad, he's gonna give me a version. I have no fucking clue what to do. You know? No, it was overwhelming. It was overwhelming because the way I feel is even my dad this morning on the phone. I wanted to call with him because maybe he knows something I don't know. But my dad was a part of the union, right? for the city of Montreal, which is a big union. And I felt like it would have went better if I was on my own because he kept interrupting. Now I don't mind if he interrupts me, but sometimes he interrupts people, and again, you're gonna sound so picky, but guys, this is $13,000. We don't have that money. Like the woman on the phone, she was giving us a number to call, and my father had the pen and the paper. Instead of writing the number, I wanted to ask a question that had nothing to do with it, right? And she repeated the number 3 times. I can't make her repeat again. Because I listen. My father, I don't know if he listens, but at the same time, dude, she's talking to you, she's giving you information that's important. Do you have a question? Okay, wait after. Understand? And then, it's not his fault. I could have taken the note in itself, but I don't know. I feel like scrambling down. I feel like it's crumbling down, and there's people that trying to help, but they don't have the same mentality, and now I have to keep quiet because those people are trying to help, and it's rude to have people trying to help you. They don't listen. But then at the same time, if you're talking something that doesn't make any sense, one guy yesterday, out of the 10 guys, one of the guy called the mother house, which is Metras Aluminium. He called them, and he was like, "Hey, guess what? We're gonna sue you. We're coming after you." So now, if I do contest it, they'll have time to gather proof that I did. You understand? Anyway. We love you guys. Take it easy. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Can't do videos today. I'm not in a good mood, so love ya. Against me, you've done yourself nothing from me. You've already done that. Let this dark cloud to place your mind until now. Dom Link is your boy. Welcome to the controversial. Here's the move off on this 17th April 2025. Today we're reviewing an application. We're reviewing. I thought I was gonna sneeze. We're reviewing Temple of Shadow, which is Naruto's game. It's a great game. There's a lot of character from Naruto. The graphics are pretty freaking cool. I have to say that I'm a fan of the graphics. There's every single ninja you can think about. What I really do like is it's a gacha game. There's fodder to increase your real hero. So you have those intricate hero. For example, some of the characters, and what I really enjoy is you have the different characters. For example, you have Naruto teen, Naruto adult, and Naruto Senato Kage, right? You have 3 versions of Naruto. And you have another one, it's a 6-stage path. You got Naruto Kuruma. You have, it's amazing. So on that note, it's good. They even do, like, for example, now it's a special. It's Minato Flame Arashima. So this is a collab between Naruto Ninja, not Ninja Storm, but Temple of Shadow and Demon Slayer, right? That's really good. The game itself is nice. You have your classical, you have some raid, you have arena, you have the battle tower. So it's really, 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 really nice. It's a lovely game. There is some negative about it. I'm trying to do it under a 2 minutes review. There's some negative about it. The story is not good. I know what's going on in the story because I watched them. I read the anime. I read the anime. Wow, I read the manga. So I do know what's going on. But if I didn't know, I wouldn't know anything. Also, I understand the. I understand. It feels like a cash grab a little bit because, for example, right now we're fighting Zabuza, right? But they're putting character like Gara, they're putting character like Madara, they're putting character like Orochi, Kabuto, Sage form, and it's just sad because you're like, dude, if I don't know what these characters are, like, wait, Kabuto Sage form, that kind of like a spoiler in itself, right? Now in the game, it's so nice because you know you have every single character, but they definitely feel like cash jobs. So they'll give you every single. I think at 2 or 3 days they'll give you a new character, which is super entertaining. But you have 100 shard needed. They'll give you one for free, right? And you cannot do for free 100. So you have to buy, and you have to buy every single character. So that's a shame. The game is fun. There's a lot of new concepts. There's a lot of concepts that are really cool. There's a lot of things that we understand. The level up system, the rebirth system. You don't get penalized. The ranking system. For example, what I really enjoy is going to have a Naruto, which is an A plus team that have Naruto the six stage path 3S. So it's really fun because you see how it evolves. For example, right now my strongest character is my guy. I know what you're saying. My guy sucks. But I have my guy 8 gates, so that's when he fought with Madara, you know? So in this case, it's actually really good. They have a ranking which is A plus, S minus, S, and S plus. S plus is the maximum. Now this is great. Another complaint that I have is, I really like a game. I really enjoy a game where it's a shame. I really enjoy a game where, for example, I have Itachi. And to transform into a better Itachi, I need 3 Itachi. I really like diffusing the 3 of the same character, but now they're having you have fodder characters. Now the fodder characters, the problem with that is you're gonna focus on having a team, right? So, for example, I really like my might guy. I sacrifice 3 really good ninja to increase my might guy, right? Now the problem with that is, any step is not a problem, but the problem with that is you're in a position where you just sacrifice these 3 strong ninja. Now, for example, we have the same problem with DC Dark Legion. For example, there's this guy who is a healer, and he can't stop him from healing. So every single time that he's trying to heal, then you're in a position of fuck, I can't stop him, you know? So that's a shame. But the game in itself is fun. I wish it was more narrative. I wish it was better put. Like, I don't care about giving me the same ninja over and over again to beat, right? At first, give me some ninja. Worst of all, give me some Shadow Clone Jutsu. I do not care. I do not care. And then, as much as the story increases, you get all the villain, right? Which is cool. Now, I'm gonna do one positive, not negative. Another really positive thing. I absolutely love the design of Teen Naruto. I like the design of Adult Naruto. I like the design of Sage Naruto. I do not like 7 Okage Naruto. So what I could do is I could have a strong Naruto as 7 Okage, right? But in different form. So you get really to choose the ninja that you want, which is really cool. That's pretty much it, honestly. It's a fun game. One of the last negative, there's a function which is auto battle, which costs money. The other thing that you want for auto raid or raid system, costs money. So once you buy them, the whole game, and it lasts the whole game. So it's like buying a no ad pack, right? Which is something that you want to buy. But at the same time, you have A, B, and C. You're ending up paying for A, B, and C. Where some other game you only have to buy A and B, you know? And they're kind of expensive. I paid the auto battle. It was $8, which I don't mind, but it's a system that should be able since the very beginning. For example, I'm playing another game right now, which is Epic 7, and auto battle is something that you get from the get-go. So there's some systems that should be free that are not free, and I don't feel like the game is very generous. right? That's pretty much it. Anyway, love you guys. Take it easy. Peace. Don't blink. It's your boy Ink. Welcome to the Commentary Show. Everything was having a wonderful day on the 17th April 2025. They were talking about DMC, the Netflix series, and the rebirth of interest for the series. So as you guys know, I'm a huge fan of DMC. I've been a fan of DMC for years. I don't know, I have a video on why DMC, but I never imagined that people would get back to it, right? So, so the reality, in my opinion, people are gonna get mad at me for saying that, but I don't care. The three first game aged terribly. The first game, the story is so good, but the graphics, they aged badly. The second game, nobody likes it. The third game is amazing. The third game, in itself, is one of the best of the narrative. So, narratively speaking, my favorite is possibly the fourth, the third, and the fifth, right? The third and second position is amazing, but they age really poorly. And the problem with that is Capcom, which is in charge of Devil May Cry, did a remake, which is the Devil May Cry remake, and they changed the story a little bit. And people, just because they didn't like the Dante design, decided, you know what, fuck you, I'm not gonna play it, right? Which kind of sucks. However, there is an however. There is an however, and the however is quite a nice one. With the DMC series, a lot of people realize how much they miss the DMC. And the DMC series, I did a review of it, but I wanted to do another review because, once again, I did a review, I did a review defending it, and I did a review game-wise by putting in some cameo or Easter egg. It really rebirthed the. So there's a scene in this scene, right, where you meet with Devil. You meet. I am so sorry. Again, at the high ground. You will do for the rest and make my power. If you can you break your can you break my heart? Never stop loving you. But you're going down a path I can't follow. Do what you did to me, but I couldn't know you. There you go. I was nervous because I didn't like the lighting. Now we have the lighting, we're good. Just the fact that, see, in my mind, okay, so it's complicated. In my mind, Devil May Cry is definitely underrated series. So like I did talk about this before. And please understand I'm a fan of Devil May Cry, so now I'm going to talk shit. But I don't mean anything negative by it, right? So the perfect thing about Devil May Cry is that the combat system is really fun. You can switch a weapon, you can switch them, you can have combat style point, you can have a easy mode, a medium mode, a hard mode, a Dante must die mode, and they're really hard, and there's a lot of replayability, right? However, these games don't last long. Like the first one is an hour and a half, the second one is 4 hours, the one I think is 7. The fourth is about. The fourth I would put it at a generous 9 hours. Yeah, the fifth is 11. We played all of those games, by the way. So what ended up happening is that even the fifth one, you can beat the game with 2 characters, which is Dante, V, which I don't like. I don't like him at all, and Nero, you know. So it's phenomenal, and I like the fact that the 2 of them have such a different playstyle, right? Dante is more brute strength. Nero is more so versatility, and V is more so support. So V is super strong, V is super strong because of his summon, but without the summon, he's shit, you know. So you have to be careful with what you're doing and how you use your cooldown and shit like that. But with the game, in the third game, I think it's in the first game actually. How it starts, there's this pizza scene, right? And there's the men that come in and fuck up the pizza. There's the same scene with a strawberry milkshake. And it's nuts. It's really nuts because we played a game, but also played Devil May Cry Peak of Combat, which Devil May Cry Peak of Combat has great thing, but horrible thing at the very end. At the very end, there was something that I just can't embrace. I just can't fuck with. You know, they're not good. So yeah. So that being said, I cannot. Well, okay. So a game like a Netflix series like Arcane really brought a lot of people to play LOL or League of Legends, right? And that's amazing. That is amazing. But League of Legends is a game that a lot of people are gonna rage quit. A lot of people are gonna say it's too hard, you know. So that's nice. At the same time, you know, a game like Devil May Cry, I think it's more accessible. I think there's a renewal. Now, the ultimate thing I would love would be another game, because the last game we saw it's in 2019. This is the first series I'm gonna play on when I come back to streaming, which is either this week or next week. I don't know when, but it's gonna be this week or next week. Condense the Lord, Palpatine is evil. So yeah, so with Devil May Cry, it's just the amount of people that are coming back to the game, the amount of Easter egg, the amount of people that remember them. There was another case, which is Legacy of Kain, right? And Legacy of Kain, it's like one of those great games, one of those a hidden gem, but it's a game that nobody remembers. Nobody remembers this shit, right? Now they're remaking it, which is great, but nobody remembers this shit. You know, there's this. When you think about the retro game, you think about. I don't know you. I do not know you. When I think about retro game, we think about the same game. We're thinking about the same game, in most cases, you know. So yeah, so with Devil May Cry, it's just fun to see a renewal of the series. I've seen a lot of TikTok for the series. I'm seeing a lot of people bring back their love. It's cool again to like Devil May Cry, and you're not seeing like as a boomer. And even if you're seen as a boomer, who gives a shit, right? But it's just a fun thing. It's just a fun thing to see some love. I'll be completely honest. I did watch the Devil May Cry the first series, and it wasn't bad, but the animated series is a lot better. A lot better. I really enjoyed it. I really, really did enjoy it. So you're taking the Devil May Cry, which is I don't know when it was released, but it's a really rough world versus the animated world, and the animated world was so much better. It was just so much better, you know. And the Easter egg, some of them are really simple. They're very, very cool. For example, the fact that he's bringing bosses. He's bringing Neo Virgil. He's bringing Neo Virgil. He's bringing the Mandragora. He's bringing the Twin. Right? I would have loved to see Cerberus, but then it's gonna be a second season, so we'll see how it goes. But I'm excited. Don't blink, it's your brain. Welcome to the Commentary Show. And then Walks are having a wonderful day on this 17 April 2025. Today we're reviewing my very first thought on Epic 7 Origin. So our Epic 7 Origin, the reason why we're playing it, there's a why we're playing it, but there's also a review in there. Epic 7 was a single gacha game. And we're playing a shit out of gacha. We're playing Tokyo Ghoul, which is a gacha. We're playing Archive, which is a gacha. We're playing DC Dark Legend, which is a gacha. We're playing You Will Try, I Have Failed, You Anakin. We're playing DMC Peak of Combat, which is a gacha. And then we had a game which is Epic 7. I had no clue what it was, but I gotta say, I played for 3 hours yesterday. And I gotta say, I'm really loving the game. I'm really, really, really loving the game. It's fun. The story is good. I would have preferred a English dub because I have to translate everything. There is original voice actor, which is fantastic. Give me a game where there's actual people that are talking. I fucking love that. Also, in the game, it's really fun. For example, we had this character which is a nun, but she's crazy and she has like this huge mask, and she's like what should we call it? You know when you're turning like a Beyblade. I know it's not a Beyblade, but still. Um, so it's so cool. The story in itself is nice. It does seem to be a bit on the edge of Waifu City, which is a game where the story isn't that good, but then you got waifu after waifu after waifu after waifu, and then the game in itself, where you got waifu, it's fun. It's fun per se, but I'm talking about other games, but it doesn't feel the nostalgia. For example, right now I'm older. I'm 22. I'm talking to a girl that I really like, and all of those games, like they're planning on you being lonely and single, right? But if you're in a relationship, you don't need those, right? And so I just thought it was phenomenal. I just thought it was super cool to see. I just thought that, and again, we didn't play a lot, but the system seems super nice. They're very generous with the rewards. We had I think it's 20 summon in one day. Now of course you're gonna be rarer and rarer and rarer. But yeah, so it's super nice. We'll play more of it. But once again, the graphics are phenomenal. I'm really enjoying the graphics. I'm really enjoying the work that they put in. It seems like they love the game. However, there is some time that is complicated. It's a bit complicated to follow. Now we played when I was tired, but still. Cases like where there's flashback, but they don't really tell you that it's flashback. There's no ink that is flashback, so you're just like, what's going on? Or there's constant flashback coming back, right? It's so cool because it's so cool, but so bizarre. Because you have the main character, which is basically guardian and heir. So basically, what his story is, that's super cool. You got heroes, right? And they're fighting, and they're fighting, and they're fighting, and they're fighting, and they're always fighting against a demon. So when they lose, they lose. Now, there's some of these guys that are real warriors, the guardian and heirs. So the guardian and the heirs, the guardian are beasts of the goddess, which is the strongest being in the world. And once you choose it, you have a battle. Now, the cool thing about this is, if we lose to the demon, we restart the timer. We restart before the war. The weird thing about this is everybody survived except for the guardian. So that's a really cool story. I'm loving the interaction. It's fun. Like I said, it's really aiming towards a waifu system. Right now, we're at chapter 3, and there's been a total of like 3 male characters out of the whole bunch. So super cool. And that's pretty much it. So really cool game. Gotta say, I'm really impressed. Let's see more. Of course, I'm giving you my advice, my opinion about after 3 hours. So not enough in my opinion, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. But you're going bad and bad, I can't follow. So bad, I love you. Love is our cloud to touch your mind and kill now. Come the very thing you destroy. Don't let you meet. Only one I see through the light of the Jedi. Let me tell you, and again, allegiance to the Republic, the democracy, and your enemy. Da-da-da. To take over, Chancellor Palpatine is evil. Evil. The chosen one, know that she will destroy you. So 9. Checking job. Another night in my heart. You. Why now? Get him to defend me. Get him to defend me. Me. It's ourselves. Me. Flowers from the tenders. Learn to twist your mind and do more. Do the best with the smart to destroy. I'll lecture me. Say they're absolute, I'll do what I want, you will try. Over Anakin. Over. Do. Just love him. Yeah.
But if I tell people I'm Indian, मैं दसा कि Canadian हो जाए तो झूठ बोलता मैं कहा सारा one long story तो फिर वो putting in no of course it's fine do you remember any Kazakh I'm like I was 3 years old they're like oh okay then what kind of language do you speak मैं कहा मैं उन्हें भी बोलना करेक्ट and मैं English I'm very comfortable मैं very proud of myself and bro it works it's a good story then मैं still पंजाब बोलूँ भाई साहब कि हमें मैं अपने home country गया you know मेरे कज़ाकिस्तान था तो मैं को बढ़िया कंट्री में नाम लगा नहीं वो ना वो पाकिस्तान बोरा तला वो पाकिस्तान है वो
We're Anakin. Don't blink, it's your blink. Welcome to the Commentary Show. Definitely well for having a wonderful day on this uh, 17th April 2025. Today we are tasting some delicious chocolate. We are tasting. Oh, you see how dark it is? See how dark it is? This is my. I got two more videos of that. Sure, tasting Laura Secord almond chocolate. My Easter chocolate. So super excited about that. Let's have it dig in. Let's have it dive in. Let's try it out. I love chocolate, and I had a couple of rough days, so that sweetness will really be good for me. I'm like an addict. I am an addict. Thanks for noticing. Thanks for asking. Thank you. So yeah, so super excited to try it out. Rosa Court, do you guys have? I'm not gonna talk about the story that I have with Rosa Court every single time, but Rosa Court have a very nostalgic place in my heart. It is an experience that we had in family, which was really cool. One of the only things that we did in family, so Rosa Court, baby, and overpriced, but delicious. So it's roasted almond milk chocolate, right? So it seemed pretty run of the mill. I mean, pretty run of the mill could be something delightful. So without further ado, let's go. So again, one thing exciting about these, there's nothing special about it. Your chocolate is pretty normal, and it's actually quite good. But again, nothing mind blowing. No. What is exciting instead is the almond. You think the almond is definitely pretty crunchy. And I wish it was a bit more crunchy. I wish there was a texture play, the whole thing. Texturally speaking, it would have been nice. However, what I really enjoy when you're tasting them, there's hints of almond here and there. Which I really like. Nothing great. Nothing bad. Pretty good. Again, but it's completely crazy here. Not me insane, but really take the skin of the almond. Normally, it's your boy Ink. And welcome to the show. Considering you are having a wonderful day on this 15 April 2025. We're going to do today two subjects today. The first subject is going to be how I miss gaming, and how mobile gaming, has been the road to recovery. So I think we can all agree, gamers united. Gamers united, guys. I think we can all agree when we say we sometimes have gamer burnout, right? I think we all suffer from that. I think every single person in here. Oh, 54.